Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast by Conjugation. I'm Lucas, and I'm here again with Sophie.
Hello, everyone. Today we move into a very active phase of conversation.
Yes, because now you don't just react,
You take initiative.
you guide the conversation.
And for that, we need three very powerful verbs.
To ask, to explain, and to clarify.
These verbs give you control.
Let's start slowly with the verb to ask.
Conjugation first.
I ask, you ask, he asks, she asks, it asks, we ask, they ask.
With he, she, and it, we add s.
Simple sentences.
I ask a question. I ask for help.
I ask for clarification.
Now you ask.
You ask politely. You ask clearly.
Now he asks and she asks.
He asks a question. She asks for more information.
Now we ask and they ask.
We ask together. They ask often.
Asking is not weakness.
It's intelligence.
Now let's introduce the new expressive approach.
Before asking, we think about intention.
My intention is to understand better.
So I say, can you explain that?
My intention is to gain time.
So I say, let me think for a second.
This is English by intention.
You don't search for words randomly.
You know why you speak.
Now let's move to the verb to explain.
Conjugation first.
I explain. You explain. He explains. She explains. It explains. We explain. They explain.
Again, with he, she, and it, we add s.
Simple sentences.
I explain my idea. I explain the situation.
I explain slowly.
Now you explain.
You explain clearly. You explain with examples.
Now he explains and she explains.
He explains the problem. She explains her point.
Now we explain and they explain.
We explain together. They explain again.
Explaining is about structure.
And conjugation gives structure.
Now let's combine intention with explanation.
My intention is to be clear.
So I say, let me explain it simply.
My intention is to avoid confusion.
So I say, what I mean is,
These phrases make English natural.
and confident.
Now let's move to the verb to clarify.
To clarify means making things clearer.
Conjugation first.
I clarify. You clarify. He clarifies. She clarifies. It clarifies. We clarify. They clarify.
With he, she, and it, we add s.
Simple sentences.
I clarify my point. I clarify a misunderstanding.
I clarify politely.
Now you clarify.
You clarify when necessary.
Now he clarifies and she clarifies.
He clarifies his message. She clarifies her answer.
Now we clarify and they clarify.
We clarify together. They clarify later.
Clarifying is a sign of maturity.
Beginners avoid clarification.
Confident speakers use it.
Now let's connect the three verbs.
I ask a question,
I explain my idea.
and I clarify if needed.
That's full communication.
Now let's bring reaction into the method.
English by reaction means responding to what happens.
Someone looks confused,
My reaction is to clarify.
so I say, let me rephrase.
Someone misunderstands.
My reaction is calm.
So I say, that's not exactly what I mean.
This makes conversation human.
Now let's imagine a real conversation.
You speak.
The other person hesitates.
You notice it.
You react.
You clarify.
Communication continues.
Now let's repeat a powerful chain slowly.
I ask.
I explain.
I clarify.
Say it again calmly.
I ask.
I explain.
I clarify.
This is expressive fluency,
Not memorized English.
but intentional English.
Now let's connect this to real life.
At work,
With friends.
in daily situations.
These verbs appear everywhere.
And now let's prepare a soft conclusion.
When you know how to ask, you open doors.
When you know how to explain, you build trust.
When you know how to clarify, you avoid conflict.
This is powerful English.
And this is exactly what we build here.
Sophie, before we move on, I think we should stay a little longer on this idea of asking, explaining, and clarifying, because this is where many learners feel blocked.
Yes, especially when they feel they don't have enough vocabulary.
Exactly. Many people think, I can't ask because my English is limited.
But asking does not require complex English.
It requires clarity of intention.
Let's slow this down.
My intention is to understand.
So I don't need fancy words.
I say, can you repeat?
Or can you explain again?
That's enough.
And when you ask, you stay active in the conversation.
Now let's talk about explaining in a very human way.
Explaining is not giving a speech.
It's sharing your thinking.
Sometimes you explain clearly.
Sometimes you explain slowly.
Sometimes you explain again.
And that's normal.
Let's imagine this situation.
Someone doesn't understand you.
You see confusion on their face.
Your reaction is important.
You don't panic.
You clarify.
You say, "What I mean is..."
Or, let me say it another way.
These phrases save conversations.
They reduce tension.
They show respect.
Now let's connect this with confidence again.
Confidence does not come from knowing everything.
It comes from knowing how to handle confusion.
When you can clarify, you feel safe.
And when you feel safe, you speak more.
Now let's build a longer, reflective sentence.
When I speak English, I don't try to be perfect. I ask questions when I don't understand. I explain my ideas simply. I clarify when there is confusion, and I stay calm in the conversation.
That sentence describes mature English.
English that works.
Now let's talk about reactions again.
Someone interrupts you.
Your reaction can be emotional or calm.
With this method, you choose calm.
You say, "Let me finish my point."
Someone disagrees.
You don't stop.
You clarify.
That's not exactly my idea.
This keeps communication alive.
Now let's slow down and repeat one last chain.
I ask with intention.
I explain with simplicity.
I clarify with calm.
Say it again quietly.
I ask.
I explain.
I clarify.
This is expressive English,
Not rushed English,
not stressed English.
but controlled English.
And control gives freedom.
Now let's connect this back to the channel.
English Podcast by Conjugation is not only about verbs.
It's about behavior in conversation
It's about intention.
and reaction.
That's why this method feels realistic.
Because real conversations are imperfect.
And this method prepares you for imperfection
Now we are truly ready to continue.
because you know how to ask.
You know how to explain.
You know how to clarify.
That's a strong foundation.
We ask with awareness.
We explain with honesty.
We clarify with confidence.
And we build English by conjugation, one connected verb at a time.
If you are still listening to this podcast, take a moment and realize something important. You are not here by accident. Most people start learning English. Very few stay long enough to truly understand it. And even fewer choose a method that respects how the human brain actually learns. This channel exists for one simple reason: to help you stop struggling and start building English in a calm, logical, and human way. Here, we don't teach English by memorizing random rules. We don't overload you with useless vocabulary. We don't rush you or make you feel behind. Instead, we teach English through conjugation and connection. verb by verb, structure by structure, because verbs are the engine of the language. But we go even further. On this channel, English is not only about grammar, it is about intention. It is about reaction. It is about knowing why you speak, not just how. We teach you how to ask when you don't understand, how to explain when you want to be clear, how to clarify when confusion appears, how to face conversations without fear, how to adapt, grow, connect, and communicate naturally. This is why subscribing to this channel matters. When you subscribe, you don't just follow videos. You follow a method, a progressive path, a system where every episode builds on the previous one. You stop restarting English again and again. You stop feeling lost. You stop jumping from one technique to another. Instead, you gain structure, and structure creates confidence. This method works because it respects reality. Real conversations are imperfect. Real speakers hesitate, rephrase, clarify, and react. And that is exactly what we train here. By subscribing, you give yourself time. Time to listen, time to understand, time to respond, time to grow. You allow your English to become familiar instead of stressful. You transform English from a school subject into a living tool. So if you believe that learning English should feel calmer, if you believe that speaking should feel possible, if you believe that progress comes from consistency, not pressure, then this channel is for you. Subscribe not because you are weak, but because you are serious. Subscribe because you want a method that evolves with you. Subscribe because you want English that works in real life. Subscribe because you want to stop surviving conversations and start participating in them. Stay with Sophie and Lucas. Stay with the verbs. Stay with the connections. And build English the way it should be built, step by step, with intention, with clarity, and with confidence. English Podcast by Conjugation, where English becomes alive.